Amazon phone scams, Prime Day explodes, Walmart drones, and much more. Stay tuned.
Welcome, fellow entrepreneurs, to the Entrepreneur Adventure Podcast, where we talk about Amazon wholesale and how you can use it to build an e-commerce empire, a side hustle, or anything in between. And now, your host, Todd Welch.
What's going on, hey everybody? Todd Welch here, your host of the Entrepreneur Adventure Podcast. And today, we're diving into some really good news. This is going to be episode number 46. So to get all the links to the news articles that we talk about today, entrepreneuradventure.com/46. And before we dive into the news, if you are interested in finding out how I am boosting my ROI and finding products that are profiting 75 to 100%, then you are definitely going to want to check out my Wholesale, Mine, and Refine Method webinar. And you can pick that up over at entrepreneuradventure.com/mine, MINE. You can get all the details there and purchase those recordings. It was over 3 hours of really good content where I dive into step by step how I find these hidden products that we can just clean up the listings a little bit and make 75 to 100% profit and have these listings all to ourselves for quite a long time. So definitely check that out. entrepreneuradventure.com/MINE, mine. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the news. All right, the first article here is from CNN Business, and the headline reads, Amazon just had its biggest Prime Day ever, but this year it's not hyping that up. Basically, what it says here is, we are thrilled that Prime Day was a record-breaking event for small and medium businesses worldwide, with sales surpassing $3.5 billion just on Prime Day, an increase of nearly 60% from last year. Jeff Welke, Amazon's CEO, Worldwide Consumer, said in a news release Thursday. So just think about that, 60% increase from last year, and just on Prime Day, $3.5 billion, which is pretty amazing. I hope you guys had a really good Prime Day out there if you're already selling. Mine was okay. I seen a spike on the first day. The second day was about normal for me, and then it fell off the couple days after Prime Day. So for me, it was not fantastic. I didn't run a lot of good deals and stuff like that. I just kept everything normal, kept everything flowing. Seen a little boost that first day, but then it kind of fell off from there. So not a huge increase for me, but according to Amazon, a 60% increase from last year. And the article goes on to say, but this year, Amazon took a different tack in its annual announcement on results from the shopping event, playing up how small businesses benefited from Prime Day instead. The change comes as Amazon faces intense scrutiny from lawmakers about its power over independent merchants that sell goods through its website and other tactics that critics argue stifle competition. So Amazon, instead of trying to focus on sales, is trying to focus on how us third-party sellers are making money on their platform, which is good that they're boosting sales for us. But at the same time, we all know that Amazon kind of takes advantage of us a little bit as well. So that's why they're trying to focus on that, trying to make that better. And that's where the political pressure could potentially help. Hopefully, there's not a necessity for more laws piled on, because that in the end is never good for anybody typically, except for the big companies like Amazon who take advantage of the laws. But the heat from lawmakers could potentially make them start paying attention to us sellers a little bit more, the sellers who are making them really the largest amount of money. They probably make more money off of seller fees than they do selling products to customers. So they need to pay more attention to us sellers. That's a good thing. They're starting to, at least they're talking about it. So hopefully that turns into actual action and making things easier for us sellers. Not saying that Amazon is a bad platform to sell on, but they have a lot of issues that they could be doing a lot better. And if you sold on Amazon for any time, you already know that for sure. But really good news that Amazon Prime Day was a big success. It surprises me. I wasn't expecting that because the hype was not as big as previous years. It just kind of popped in there like, okay, here's the date. And then Prime Day happened. And for me, I didn't see a lot of hype. Maybe it's because I don't consume a lot of normal television and news and things like that. I'm more in learning about business and working on business and things like that. So maybe I just didn't see it. So let me know in the comments if you've seen a lot of advertising and things like that for Amazon, but I didn't see it. So I was surprised that they got this big of a pop, but really happy that they did. So the second news article is from PR Underground. So this is more of a press release, but it's kind of to reinforce what I've mentioned to you guys before. Buy Box Experts, which is a company here in Utah where I'm based, warns Amazon sellers to act now or face holiday delivery days. Amazon deliveries always skyrocket during the holidays, but increased online shopping due to the pandemic is threatening to tax Amazon logistics like never before. With Q4 underway, the consultants at Buy Box Experts are warning Amazon sellers to act now or jeopardize on-time deliveries. Buy Box Experts founder and CEO Joseph Hansen said that the average daily sales for Amazon since the COVID-19 outbreak are rivaling the biggest shopping days of last year, to include Black Friday and Prime Day. Hansen said that the addition of holiday shopping is going to stretch Amazon logistics to the brink. The holidays typically increase sales by 30 to 40%, and that's in a normal year, said Hansen. It's very probable that in 2020, online holiday shopping could be twice what they were in recent years. So just reinforcing what I've mentioned in the past, get your product in now for fourth quarter. Make sure you are ordering and getting everything in now in October. If you don't have stuff already shipping in before November, you're going to be too late. Amazon is going to get longer and longer receive times, longer and longer shipping times. If you really want to protect yourself, you can set up FBM, fulfilled by merchant, as well. And we've talked about that in previous episodes. So if you want to dive into that more, go back to previous episodes where we talked about Q4 and getting ready for Q4. But that is going to be really important to get your product in early. So definitely take that as your final warning to get your product in right away. All right, next up, some news from Amazon. And Amazon Accelerate sessions now available in Seller University. So as we mentioned in a previous episode, from September 1st to 3rd, Amazon had an Amazon Accelerate conference, a virtual conference that you could have attended. And so I let you guys know about that. But of course, it's always hard to make things like that all the time. So they have put all of those sessions in Seller University. So I'm going to link to the Seller University as well as this news article so you guys can check it out if you want. And I have not dug through all of these yet, but just looking at the headlines, they got some really good stuff, especially for new Amazon sellers. So if you're a new Amazon seller, you're probably going to want to check this out and dig into some of, if not all of these. They've got one all the way down to getting started fulfilled by Amazon. So learning about fulfilled by Amazon, how help accelerate sales with advertising, best practice for sponsored display ads, FBA inventory replenishment. So learning how to do that, improving FBA inventory performance, optimizing FBA inbound, and lots of other what looks like really good stuff here. Now, we want to take all of this and understand the source. So when Amazon is telling you how to run your business, understand that their goal is to make Amazon better, not make your business more profitable. So always keep that in the back of your mind whenever Amazon is telling you something or offering something. It's not necessarily to make your business better, it's to make their business better. So you always have to keep that in mind. But typically in the Seller University, there's been a lot of really good stuff, a lot of really good educational stuff. So check it out. If something catches your eye, watch it and let me know in the comments what you think of the content, if it's any good. Hopefully it is. I would expect that it is, but pretty cool that they're putting it in here for us to check out if we want to. So I wanted to draw your attention to that. Next up, some more news from Seller Central. Browser changes for your Seller Central experience. Amazon is planning an update to our browser support policy in our effort to improve your experience. Starting on January 31st, 2021, we will no longer support Internet Explorer. Personally, I didn't think that they even supported Internet Explorer anymore. I think it's kind of crazy that they were still supporting Internet Explorer. But if you're like that one person out there who is still using the old Internet Explorer, we're not talking about the new Microsoft Edge, the old like Internet Explorer 9, Internet Explorer 8 kind of deal. If you're that one person out there still using it, switch over to like Firefox or Chrome or Safari, Edge, something like that, something a little bit more modern. Regardless, January 31st, you're going to have to. I just thought I'd point that out here in case the one or two people who are still using that browser listen to this podcast. Go ahead and switch over. It's not going to work anymore after January 31st. All right. This next article is from ABC 8 News, and the headline reads, How to Protect Yourself from Fake Amazon Calls. And it goes on to say, Amazon customers beware, with more and more people ordering from Amazon during the coronavirus pandemic. Scammers are finding ways to cash in on your orders. The Better Business Bureau said that con artists are posing as Amazon employees and calling about orders. Sometimes they are even using the BBB's phone number to do it. According to BBB, the scam is a pre-recorded message claiming to be from Amazon and stating that there is a problem with your account. The message ranges from there's a fraudulent charge on your Prime card to you have an unfulfilled order for an iPhone 10. The scammers then go on to ask their typical things, asking you for your credit card information, account login details, and they'll also ask to remotely connect to your computer, which is interesting. So they're trying to connect to your computer. That way they can grab everything from your computer, anything that might be able to be of value for them. Or they might even lock down your computer so that you can't get access to it and then try to bribe you to get the unlock code or something like that. Unfortunately, this kind of stuff happens all the time, not all that new, but what's new is that they are trying to take advantage of people ordering lots of stuff on Amazon and make them worried about their account, that something's wrong, try to scare you. It's typically how it goes. You know, they're from the IRS, or they're from your credit card company, or they're from your bank, or in this case from Amazon. But it's almost always the same thing, that they're trying to scare you somehow, that something is wrong. You're going to lose money, somebody's stealing from you, and they need your account information right away, or they need you to verify your credit card number so that they can cancel the order or whatever the case may be. So just know that this stuff happens all the time. If you order on Amazon, if Amazon calls you and asks for any kind of information, just hang up or tell them you'll call them back, and then go to Amazon.com. Scroll to the bottom, click contact, and call them using their number. Same with anything, right? If your credit card calls you, your bank account calls you, or anybody calls you, I never give any information if somebody calls me. I always say, I will call you back. I'm going to look up the number on the website and call the company, make sure this is legit. Most of the time, if they're asking you for information on a phone call and they called you, it's probably not legit. So never give your information out over the phone unless you initiated the call and you got the phone number from official documentation or their website or something like that to make sure that you're not getting scammed. So just wanted to let everybody know that this kind of thing is going on out there if you do order from Amazon. And just make sure you protect yourself. Be smart. Never give your information out to somebody who calls you. All right. And last but not least, coming at us from CNBC.com, Walmart signs trio of drone deals as it races to play catch up with Amazon. So some really interesting information here. The drone wars are coming. If you're a Star Wars geek, you will get that reference. It's kind of cool. The drone wars are literally coming. They're not going to be fighting each other, but they're going to be fighting to deliver products to us. So real quick, Brent Morgan is one of many Americans who have had a Walmart package dropped off at his home during the coronavirus pandemic, yet his delivery did not fit the typical mold. A drone flew overhead and dropped a bag in his front lawn. Inside, there was an at-home COVID-19 test kit. The aerial delivery in Morgan's Las Vegas neighborhood is part of a new effort by Walmart to understand how drones could expand its on-demand deliveries and help it better compete with Amazon. Over the past month, Walmart has announced 3 deals with drone operators to test different uses for the drones. It's teamed up with Flytrex to deliver groceries and household essentials in Fayetteville, North Carolina. It plans to launch another project with Zipline, a company best known for its medical drone deliveries in African countries like Ghana and Rwanda, for on-demand deliveries of health and wellness products early next year. And it's testing deliveries of at-home COVID-19 test kits with Quest Diagnostics and Drone Up in Las Vegas and Cheektowaga, a suburb of Buffalo, New York. So really cool that this is going forward, especially if you're a tech geek like myself. Drone deliveries and things like that, it's just going to be coming here in the near future as drones get cheaper, battery life gets better, and they're able to deliver this stuff for cheaper potentially than what a van or UPS or FedEx could deliver it. Or maybe it won't be cheaper. Maybe it'll be an upcharge, an extra like $2.99, $3.99, deliver it within an hour or 2 hours or something like that by drone. Who knows? In the beginning, it probably will be like that, and then that'll go away, right? That's usually how it works. Amazon, had 2-day Prime deliveries, and that was a little upcharge, or a lot of websites had that upcharge for overnight, 2-day shipping, things like that. Amazon got rid of that, made it totally free. And then they had same-day delivery, which was an upcharge, but then that became free. And then they have 4-hour delivery in certain areas, and now that's free in a lot of cases. So all of this technology, as it advances, it becomes cheaper and cheaper, or gets absorbed in the cost of things, right? We're not actually getting free delivery. We're paying for it. It's just being rolled up into the prices that we're charging, or that we're being charged to purchase these products. So really cool that Walmart is moving forward with competition with Amazon. We've talked about that in the past. We need that competition to keep Amazon honest and keep Walmart honest. Target is making a play as well. Alibaba, as we talked about in the past, also is making a play. And competition is what makes for better prices, better experience for consumers, and overall just a better deal for everything. And Walmart's also going to compete for us sellers, right? Same with Target and other places potentially. They're going to compete for us sellers, trying to get us over to their platform and sell on their platform. So that will help us in the seller's world as well. So just competition is good all around. So there you have it. That wraps up the Amazon news. Again, entrepreneuradventure.com/46 for all the links that we talked about. And if you want to check out the Amazon wholesale mine and refine method, you can check that out, entrepreneuradventure.com/mine, MINE, and you can learn the secrets on how I am finding products with 75 to 100% ROI. So definitely check that out, entrepreneuradventure.com/mine. And with that, that wraps up this episode. I'm your host, Todd Welch, signing off. Happy selling, everybody.
This has been another episode of the Entrepreneur Adventure Podcast. Thanks for listening, fellow entrepreneur, and always remember, Success is yours if you take it.